No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is Understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund.
First things first.
Things first, it's the DU General, Money B. I'ma put you up on the schedule. 6 to 9, 8 weekdays, not doing serious. We got a lot to talk about, so much to pedal through. Unapologetically progressive. Tune to KBLA 1580 to get the mess. We're your ancestors' favorite radio station. First black on talk radio, left side of the nation. Me and Dominique the Prima go way back. Smiley making sure the station stays black. Discussing all the issues in our community. We're hosted black and brown and others find unity. So let's talk about it. Maybe we can improve it. Digital underground, always down with the move. So we tune in. The first things first with the queen of Black Talk Radio, Dominique the Prima. Go sis.
First things first.
KBLA Talk 1580. Good morning. Good morning and God bless. I'm Dominique DePrima. The show is called First Things First, and my first thing today and every day is giving thanks to God, asking for blessings from the Most High, asking for the blessings of the ancestors and the elders. And let's go. Time to stir the pot. That's what we do around here on the it's Halloween Eve. Is that a thing? I don't know. Anyway, listen, this is how we do it on a Think Tank Thursday. Hour 1, we look local. Hour 2, we go national, international, and beyond. And in the third hour, we do a deep dive with a person of interest, a hot topic, or both. Today, it's both. Today, Jasmine Canick is joining me in the studio, and we are going to talk about Prop 50. Well, it's the only thing on the ballot, so we might as well talk about it. And I am constantly stunned by the amount of not getting it that is going on around this not that complicated measure. There's only one. We don't have to vet judges. We don't have to go through a whole list. Is one measure, Prop 50. So we're going to go over that with Jasmine. And you know, when me and Jasmine Canick get together, there's bound to be some sidebars and and tangents, but they'll be good. And you are invited in. You get to call whenever you want. That's how we do it around here. 800-920-1580. 800-920-1580. Also, you can hop on YouTube. It is KBLA 1580 on YouTube, and there we have the KBLA delegation having a whole sidebar conversation in the comments. So youtube.com is where you can find that. And so right now, me, you, and the microphone, telephone, Instagram, wherever you be at, we are at KBLA 1580. You can comment. Please like, follow, subscribe. You can also hit me up on my personals, which is Diprima Radio, Diprima. Then radio. I'm everywhere. I even have a TikTok channel. I even have a YouTube channel. So, let's do this. All right. Oh, also, another exciting thing that's happening today for Think Tank Thursday, Chris Smalls will be joining me in hour 2. Of course, Mr. Smalls is a union organizer known for his work trying to bring some workers' rights to Amazon and that mega corporation, but also for his work around the Gaza flotillas and the Free Palestine movement. So that should be a great conversation. Right now, though, you got it. What's on your mind? Sonya Massey is on my mind. I was happy to see a conviction, and I'm wondering how you feel about it. Like, I don't know if you saw her dad, the father of Sonya Massey, seemed angry because he felt that there should have been a first-degree murder conviction, and there was not. He was convicted second-degree murder. But her dad, Sonya Massey's dad, says, that wasn't justice. It should be first-degree murder. And I can see his point. I mean, if you look at the video, which I try not to look at these murder videos over and over again because it's not good for my spirit. I try to see them once, and that's it. Unfortunately, yesterday, I couldn't help seeing that one more than once. The cop, Sean Grayson, was found guilty of murder, but they didn't find it first degree because they're saying they couldn't agree on premeditation. And what her attorney said, which makes sense to me, because, I used to watch more like detective murder shows, but also from watching the news over the years, premeditation doesn't have to be a whole hour or a whole week or a month. You don't have to be plotting well in advance. It can be seconds. And what I saw in that tape was premeditation because he said, "I will shoot you in the face." And then he shot her in the face. Nevertheless, I would see it as a victory because there's some accountability. And if you remember, Sonya Massey, the woman, her family said she had been having some mental health challenges. She called the cops because she thought there was a prowler on her property. She called 911. When she opened the door, she asked the sheriff not to hurt her, which is heartbreaking. And then they look around the house. They don't find anything. They go inside. And they're treating her like she's a suspect when she's the one who called the police. And she's clearly scared, possibly a little bit mentally unstable, vulnerable, right? And then she's got some water on the stove. The guy tells her to take the water off the stove. She complies. Then he says, put the water down like it was a weapon. She says, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus." He took that as a threat. And as I said at the time that this happened, who takes "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus" as a threat? Demons and devils. That's who. Anyway, he said, I will shoot you in the face, and then he shot her in the face. He could be looking at 20 years in prison. Highly unlikely that he will, but he could. That's the maximum. We know how this goes. With law enforcement, he'll probably serve 10 minutes. Folks are saying Trump will pardon him. Trump cannot pardon him because these are state charges. These are not federal charges. It's the same reason that Trump is trying to have his cases moved over to federal court so he can pardon himself. Or so J.D. Vance or Donnie Jr. or Ivanka can pardon him. The fact of the matter is, he can't pardon this dude. He may pressure state prosecutor, actually would have to be the governor who would have to pardon this cop. So I don't know, if he has something on the governor. I doubt it. So whatever small time he gets, he's probably going to have to do it. J.B. Pritzker, that's the governor of Illinois, is probably running against him in 2028, or whoever his successor to the throne is. So I seriously doubt he's going to acquiesce, take a knee, and pardon the sheriff. I don't see that happening. So, I guess my question for you on this Think Tank Thursday, springing from this particular case, is do we see this as a victory? Do you see it as a victory because there's some accountability? Because this cop, this sheriff's deputy, doesn't get to shoot and kill a black woman with no consequences at all. A black woman who called the police for help. Or do we see it as her family, her dad, who said, it's not enough. This was first-degree murder. Yeah. And it should have been convicted as such. That's according to James Wilburn. That's Sonya Massey's father. And the minimum, the least he's asking is for the maximum sentence available for this particular conviction, which is 20 years. The sentencing will happen on January 29th at a trial there. Is this a victory? You know that less than 2%, I believe it's less than 2.5% or 2% of officers who kill are charged at all. And a much smaller percentage, which I can't remember off the top of my head, than that is convicted. So if 2% of the ones that kill you, that kill anybody, black, Latino, white, anybody, 2% of them are charged. Of that 2%, a tiny number are convicted. So that means the accountability is almost nothing. I feared for my life, I feared for my life, I feared for my life is what they say. Go get the pot of water, take it off the stove. Oh, no, it's a weapon. I fear for my life. Oh, Jesus is a weapon. Stop rebuking me in his name. I'm going to kill you. That tiny percentage of accountability is growing a little bit. And that's because of public consciousness, education. It's why the Republicans are attacking universities, colleges, museums. Because when people get educated, their eyes open, it's easier for them to see right from wrong, just from unjust. They put things in historical context, right? That's what flared up in 2020 and made everybody start to say, WTF. So I'll take it as a win from that perspective. But I fully embrace, Mr. Wilburn's right to say, no, this ain't it. Why should I have to settle for a shadow of justice? I need the whole thing. How do you see it? 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. As we await a decision from the office of LA District Attorney Nathan Hochman as to whether or not he is going to pursue charges that were brought by DA George Gascon against the LAPD officer who killed Brendon Glenn in Venice in 2015. How do you see it? What's the think tank saying today? Got a lot to talk about, so much to cover. I'm Dominique DePrima, and you're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
On Thursday evening, November 6th, you're invited to the next KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Town Hall meeting. This time we're convening at Victory Bible Church, 1497 North Hill Avenue in Pasadena. The town hall will once again be broadcast live on KBLA Talk 1580 from 4 to 6 p.m. on Thursday, November 6th. But you're invited to join us in person for this urgent and necessary community conversation. The theme for this Altadena Eaton Canyon Fire Town Hall is Understanding the Wildfire Recovery Compensation Fund. The primary focus of this gathering is to inform residents about Southern California Edison's newly launched Wildfire Recovery Compensation Program and provide clarity on eligibility and the claims process. There are plenty of questions to be asked, and only KBLA Talk 1580 has the right moderators to ask the tough questions, the right stakeholders and community activists to share their insights, and we have confirmed the participation of corporate executives from Southern California Edison to answer our queries. So be sure to join us at Victory Bible Church in Pasadena, 1497 North Hill Avenue on Thursday, November 6th. The event is free and open to the public, but registration is required at KBLA1580.com. That's KBLA1580.com. Light refreshments will be served immediately following the live town hall. This KBLA Talk 1580 Altadena Rising Town Hall is brought to you by the Black Freedom Fund.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code MAJOR25 to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code MAJOR25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code MAJOR25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Our communities have been through too much to let our voices be erased now. Prop 50 is how we push back against the rigged maps, the rising costs, and the attacks on our health care and our rights. I'm Senator Lola Smallwood Cuevas. Join me in voting yes on Prop 50 because we deserve to choose who speaks for us. Ad paid for by California for all of us supporting Prop 50. McKenna Ballot Measure Committee. Ad committee's top funder. Faith votes yes on 50. Sponsored by LA Voice Action and Progressive Era Issues Committee supporting yes on 50.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DePrima right now.
Right now, we're back to me. We're back to you. Thanks for waking up with KBLA. I see y'all. I see my delegation in the comments. Carl Tucker says her family needs to show up on each parole hearing that will stop him from getting out. That's an interesting perspective. Kwamel says even a hitman wouldn't do that. That cop just felt like escalating and being a savage thug that he is. And Carl Tucker, maybe Trump causes enough anarchy for you to get that. LOL. I celebrate the accountability, but I stand with the family. I always feel like the families should have the last word, right, on all of these cases. And it never ceases to amaze me how badly the government and these law enforcement agencies, lawlessness enforcement agencies, how terribly they treat these families. Even if your son or daughter was an actual serial killer, if I murdered them, I'm responsible for their murder. And so the fact that the law enforcement agencies are always trying to smear the victims of their violence. Oh, he was stealing cigars. Oh, he once cussed out a teacher. But you murdered him, her, one. Number two, whatever their crime was, he was selling loose cigarettes, not punishable by death. And number three, you probably didn't even have that information when you decided to be judge, jury, and executioner. So I celebrate the increasing accountability that we're starting to see, in which the only way we can see that continue is if we, the public, the people, continue to press the issue. But I also say the family should have the last words. Why do these law enforcement agencies not even inform families? Well, now in California they have to, thanks to Waukesha's law. Another congratulations going out to Isaac Bryan, our assemblyman, who got that passed. And lots of shouts out to Congresswoman Sidney Kamlager-Dove, who's trying to pass it on the federal level if she could only get by these obstacles known as Republicans. But that's like the no-brainer, bottom line, most basic thing you should do. What about helping with funeral costs? What about counseling for the families? What about, I know they won't apologize because that will hurt them in court, but what about some humanity? That's the thing I've been stunned, whether they're killed in jail or whether they're killed in prison or in the wild. The treatment of these families is, as far as the ones I've talked to, is horrendous. And so again, I stand with Mr. Wilburn. If he thinks it's not enough for me. But I still celebrate that accountability. Let's go to Sam calling us from LA. Hi, Sam.
Good morning, Dominique. Like I told you the other day, business as usual. And I know you tell me nobody gets to kill nobody regardless of that. That officer, that sheriff that got killed a couple of days ago out there in San Bernardino, like I said, when they get killed or shot or whatever, here come all the tears, the towels, everything that they did great or blah, blah, blah. But they can have a record as long as I am tall. Okay, but you don't hear about that. Now, this man killed Sonya Massey on camera, and then the jury wouldn't go for first degree. And I think what it is, Dominic, is because you got some people, for whatever reason, they won't convict the police officer. What more proof do you need right here? He told her to take the pot off the stove. He did, and then he shot her. Shot her right in the face, under the eye. I heard about 3 shots?
He said he was going to shoot her in the face, and then he shot her in the face. I mean, to me, that is premeditation.
Right. In the effing face at that, Dominic, if you saw the words on TV. Now
yes,
you can't say
you're
the
right.
words. But
yeah,
and then his background, he was a horrible guy.
Right. I mean, he was discharged right from the military for what they called serious misconduct. Had DUIs at his prior cop jobs, so he never should have even been hired. Which is why that sheriff had to step down. But I think you're right. There's a reluctance because we license law enforcement to carry guns. We give them a lot of grace, and because we are also trained to believe the official story.
Right, until you see it. Well, you remember, Dominic, 10 years ago, this is a classic example. You remember Kelly Thomas? He was the white guy who got killed out there in Orange County when about 5 or 6 officers.
Yeah, I do remember it vaguely. Yes, I do remember that. Was he homeless?
But he, yes and no. Yes, he was, and his father was an ex-sheriff, Dominic. And then the people, the officers knew him. And one officer said, "Oh, I felt like I was in the fight of my life." Kelly Thomas was about 5'8", 150, and 5 or 6 big old burly officers, and they killed him. But I don't know if you remember, Dominique, they said that in the history of Orange County at that time, and I didn't know this, there has never been a police officer convicted of murder at that time. And that's what happened. So
in Orange County. They were acquitted, and that's right. I'm seeing it here. They were acquitted for beating him to death. But he was. Right. I didn't remember his dad being a cop. I didn't remember that part. I just. I remember thinking, how is this going to go? I thought, well, there'll be a conviction here because he's white. He's a white man, but that I was wrong. about that because he wasn't convicted. But
Yeah.
if I known his dad was a cop, I would have been sure that he would have gotten convicted.
Well, yeah, his father was they said his father was a retired sheriff, and he was going to do whatever. So I didn't hear no more about it. But see, Dominique, it's funny. You know, you said something, and I agree with you 1,000%. It's funny that you said this. I've been telling a partner this for years, even before I heard you say it. I think when you join the police department, I don't care if it's LAPD, sheriff's, FBI, any law enforcement, you could be a nice guy. You could be a deacon in church on Sunday. I'm being a little silly now. But I think once you get into law enforcement, you become a product of your environment. You buy into all that stuff that they say. And you said that last year, Dominique, and I agree 100%. You believe in all the rhetoric that they tell you when you join the police department, you know. And so all that good guy attitude and image you have, it almost goes out the window because you're around that every day, you know. Now, this guy, Grayson, his partner testified that he didn't feel that there was no threat or whatever. Now, I'm wondering, his name is probably Mud. You know that he testified against his partner, right?
Right, so he's going to,
like
right. So he'll probably be shunned and punished within the department. Yeah, which is...
Exactly, yeah, but... Like I said, Dominique, I don't feel nothing for them when they get shot or killed. It's part of the job. My feeling is for the people like me, you, the average Joe or Jane or whatever, who gets killed, get beat up, killed on camera, Dominique, on camera, and they still beat it. So with that said, Dominique, I won't hold you, but that's how I feel. They said he's looking at 4 to 20 years with time served. He'll probably get the low end. I doubt if he do 5 years, Dominique. I don't know, you know.
Yeah, well, that's what they do with law enforcement, is give them the low end. You remember Oscar Grant, that guy served for like 10 minutes. But yeah, I still celebrate the accountability and I celebrate the movement, the change. I think we're beginning to at least question the official story. I think there's the possibility of a conviction, whereas before it was almost impossible. Now, I grant you 2% of those who kill in the line of duty being held accountable is very small. Nevertheless, it's progress. And to your point, yeah, you're talking about Deputy Andrew Nunez, who was shot and killed in the line of duty. They had a candlelight vigil for him yesterday at Rancho Cucamonga. I get that the risk comes with the job, but I also I'm not going to celebrate you taking a person's life, whether you're a cop or somebody else. I just feel like if we don't protect the sanctity of human life, if we don't stand by the principles of Ma'at, thou shalt not kill, then we become, like Frantz Fanon said, then we become our oppressor. And I'm not trying to be that. I'm going to be over here with my rainbows and ponies and unicorns and crystals. That's where I'm going to be. But I understand where you're coming from. I understand the anger. I hope that's not the way through it. 800-920-1580, that's the number that Sam called, and you can do the same. News, traffic, and sports, then more, only right here.
More of First Things First with Dominique DePrima when we come forward.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A jury has found former Illinois Deputy Sean Grayson guilty of second-degree murder in the death of Sonya Massey. Massey was shot after calling 911. Activist Teresa Haley reacted to the verdict outside of the courtroom.
Second-degree murder? That is not right. That is not justice for anybody's family.
Grayson claimed self-defense. He faces up to 20 years or probation. In Uxbridge, Massachusetts, Select Board Chair Brian Butler is apologizing after sharing an AI video depicting Barack and Michelle Obama as apes. He called it satire, not racist. The town's GOP committee condemned the post. And reggae star Shaggy is helping Hurricane Melissa victims in Jamaica, teaming up with a Florida lawyer to deliver 500 pounds of supplies. A Virginia search and rescue team with 4 trained dogs is also headed to assist recovery efforts. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Is this the tiger?
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Dodgers are in trouble. They lost to Toronto last night 6-1 and are now just one game away from missing out on winning back-to-back World Series titles. The Blue Jays take a 3-2 lead back home to Toronto for what could be a decisive Game 6 on Friday night. The Dodgers offense is breaking down at the wrong time. They've scored only 3 runs in the last 2 games and struck out 15 times last night. 12 of those strikeouts belong to Trey Yesevich, a 22-year-old rookie. Yesevich limited the Dodgers to 3 hits and 1 run. Only one Dodger batter went to the plate last night with a runner in scoring position. The Dodgers need to resuscitate their offense in a hurry. Austin Reeves continues to carry the Lakers with LeBron and Luka Doncic out with injuries. Reeves hit a short jumper in the lane at the buzzer last night in Minnesota to lift the Lakers to a 116-115 win. Reeves ended up with 28 points and 16 assists. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Our communities have been through too much to let our voices be erased now. Prop 50 is how we push back against the rigged maps, the rising costs, and the attacks on our health care and our rights. I'm Senator Lola Smallwood-Cuevas. Join me in voting yes on Prop 50 because we deserve to choose who speaks for us. Ad paid for by California for all of us supporting Prop 50. McKenna Ballot Measure Committee. Ad committee's top funder. Faith votes yes on 50. Sponsored by LA Voice Action and Progressive Era Issues Committee supporting yes on 50.
Hey, can you blow up some balloons for Jack's party?
I can't. I'm so congested.
You need Sinex Severe from Vicks.
Sinex Severe nasal spray.
Yeah, just Sinex. Breathe.
Sinex Severe instantly relieves nasal congestion and works 6 times faster than nasal decongestant tablets. The 12 hours of relief allow you to get back to the moments that matter without congestion.
Daddy, we need more balloons.
On it.
Try Sinex Severe from Vicks. Just Sinex. Breathe. Use as directed.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks Vapors when you need more comfort for yourself. Use as directed.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
We've got a lot to talk about.
Hi, I'm Zoe Williams, a.k.a. the Voice of Reason, encouraging you to join me weekdays from 7 to 9 p.m. for the world's most intriguing relationship radio roundtable. Every night, I facilitate and encourage our loyal listeners to participate in the most engaging relationship discussions you'll hear anywhere. So make it a point to rendezvous with me, Zoe Williams, the Voice of Reason, Monday through Friday, 7 to 9 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Trust me, your relationships will never be the same. The VOR is on fire tonight.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
KBLA Talk 1580, standing with you in perilous times. If you've been impacted by the federal government shutdown or the discontinuation of SNAP benefits, you can find a food bank near you that's offering free groceries by going to lafoodbank.org or call 211. Additionally, LA County offers free meals at certain parks. There are meals and snacks for kids and seniors. Visit parks.lacounty.gov to find out which centers are offering which programs and to register in advance. And in addition to offering 2 free meals per day for all students, the LA Unified School District provides weekend meal kits for its students by request. The meal kits can be picked up on Fridays at grab-and-go locations. Please visit lausd.org/Cafe LA. That's lausd.org/CAFELA. We keep us safe. We keep us provided for. We keep us connected. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Thanks for waking up with Dominique DePrima on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yes, indeed. And I do appreciate y'all in the youtube.com, KBLA 1580, on this Think Tank Thursday, weighing in. Dion's break says wishing and hoping is not enough. He will get very little time, and we all know it. Yeah, that's true. But what I'm celebrating is the fact that we even have some accountability happening. And I'm not saying it's enough, but I'm saying it's progress. I'll celebrate progress even while critiquing the fact that it could be more. Yeah. So, I feel you, Dion's breaks. And I invite you to call in, 800-920-1580, 800-920-1580. If you tuned in right at the beginning, you might have been saying, why is she making that face? I like to have a little bit of honey before I start work because it just soothes my throat and gives me, some kind of sweetness to start my day. Just a tiny bit. I didn't have any today, so Miles loaned me his hot honey, the Montego Island Foods. Remember them? They were on Wealth Building Wednesday. It's really good, but it is a bit spicy. I'm not great at spicy. It's got Scotch bonnet, Caribbean spice, peppers, and whatever else. So probably would be really good on like some barbecued chicken, but I don't know if it's first thing in the morning type thing. But let's give them some love. Montego Island Foods. We liked it, right, Miles?
It's fire, man. Shout out to them.
Yeah, you like spicy, so this bottle is almost gone, actually.
Man, I'll leave it here and I use it. It's good to put in your tea or something like that. A good little spoonful. It opens up your nasal cavity. So yeah.
Yeah.
You give me a little sponsorship or a brand endorsement or something.
Yeah. Well, I took home the one of their marinades, so maybe I'll cook something this weekend.
And put some on the salmon.
I'm trying to get back into my cooking era. Ever since my child went to college, I've been like, forget cooking. I'm just going to do takeout for the rest of my life.
Oh, man. Are you ready? Do you want to talk about that on the air, Dominique? What our eating habits are these days?
Mine are pretty decent. It's just that I don't want to cook.
Okay.
Yeah. Why? Are you doing bad, Miles?
I've done bad, but I'm trying to do better. I'm trying to eat clean. I'm trying to, fast a little bit more, not eat as much, not eat the sweets. The sugar is what I really want to cut off of.
Yeah, well, that's more addictive than crack. I mean, sugar is more addictive than anything, and it's in everything.
Right.
But I don't do a lot of sugar because my body doesn't handle it well. But tomorrow's Halloween, so everyone's going to be on their sugar rush.
Yeah, and I'm trying to be, and because I know it's in everything, you don't need a little honey bun. You don't need a little piece of pie or nothing like that. Like, keep it pushing, man.
Well, I've been doing that intermittent fasting where, it's not really fasting. You're just closing the window of time that you're actually eating. So you'd eat 8 hours out of the 24 or 6 out of the 24. And that works really well because then, you don't have to worry about what you're eating. If you're only eating for 6 or 8 hours, your body has another 16 hours to process. You're going to be fine. The only thing is, sometimes you skip those vegetables. You can't skip the vegetables. Remember when I was one of Harvey's angels on the Steve Harvey Morning Show, my moniker used to be, eat your vegetables. Eat your vegetables.
Especially now, too, a lot of the food isn't, it's not really mineralized. You're not getting a lot of vitamins and stuff from these foods. So, you take care of your energy, though. You take your vitamins. I do. You do that. So, yeah.
I drink my water. I take
work
my
out.
vitamins.
You work out regularly.
Yeah, usually 5-6 days a week. Although last couple of weeks I can't say I've been doing that, but usually I do. I've been But my point is that all of these things affect our ability to deal with whether it's what's going on in Washington, or whether it's our kids getting on our nerves at home, or our boss getting on our nerves at work. Any and all of those things are impacted. And I was thinking about that yesterday because I was a little down yesterday after the show. And then I started thinking, well, what are you doing the basics? Have you drank enough water? Have you been exercising at the level? Are you eating properly? Before we get into anything else, I think we need to check and say, am I doing the basics?
Also, too, you got to know what the basic is. I'm also big right now on trying to get everything on paper. I like what I see in the mirror. I like who I am, but let me get my numbers right. Let me see what my weight is. Let me get my blood work done. Let me get my, hit the gym and see what my max strength is. See how fast I can run a mile. See what my pace is. All that, get my credit straight.
Spoken like an ex-football player going to the combine.
Yeah, exactly.
Miles.
Exactly. Got to.
Yeah, I usually don't weigh myself because I'll be obsessive about it, but I'll measure myself, measure my waistline. But the main thing is we have to almost parent ourselves, I can be on some French fries every day, all day, because, I don't have to worry about the nutrition for my kid. He's off at college. I could be eating in and out every day.
And, we could be feeling good and our body be lying to us right now. We have a whole bunch of stuff going on that we don't want to
see. That's what Dr. Relaford said to me. Dr. Relaford said that most people are not as healthy as they think they were. I thought we were all hypochondriacs. I thought it was the other way around, that everyone's not really sick and they're just whining. But Dr. Bill Relaford said, no, it's the opposite. People are in denial and they're sicker than they want to believe and maybe people are used to feeling bad or whatever. But you don't have to, and it's never too late. Once I read that article that said that people who start lifting weights at age 90 still gain muscle mass, it was over. You can't tell me nothing. It's never too late. It's never too late for love, fitness, romance, or taxes, unfortunately.
Or something new. Try something new. Get out your comfort zone. Expand yourself. Stretch some.
And I do think that we have to. You and I were talking about this off the air. Yes, we have to pay attention to what's happening in Washington and here in LA and the state of California, and vote yes on Prop 50, I believe. But we have to have more to our lives than that, because otherwise that loss or that win can throw us all the way off. And we have to be more resilient than that, So I want us to not lose track of that. I want us to not, I don't love drinking water, but I make appointments during my day. Every time I get in my car, I have to drink, at least 6 ounces. Every time I'm cooking, I have to drink at least 8 ounces. Every time I go get takeout, I gotta drink at least 8 ounces.
I love drinking water, though, Dominique. No, water's delicious.
Okay, good. Keep saying that.
You see me, you got to smile through it sometimes.
Yeah,
water's delicious.
Water's delicious. Yeah. So I say all that to say, and Miles pulls out his giant jug of water, of alkaline water.
Alkaline, got to keep it mineralized. You got to rejuvenate your body, guys. Take care, monitor what you're putting into it. I'm not saying you do everything perfect, but, you try. You do little steps, baby steps.
Are you celebrating Halloween, Miles? My celebration is giving candy out to kids. Not because I think kids should be really eating that much candy, but I just love watching them, their costumes. I like messing with them. When the older kids come, I like bothering them. What are you supposed to be? Oh, or I'll say, oh, I get it. You're coming as Drake.
Hilarious, right.
They don't want to hear it. But I think that there's community in that. I think that there's, teaching in that. Like when I see the kids walking down the street, I'll always say hi. And they'll be like, that's a weird lady saying hi to me. I don't care. Somebody got to teach you about human interaction.
Exactly.
And if we all acting like we scared, like, that. I remember one kid saying to another kid under his breath, this is the friendly side of the street. Because I was like, good morning. How y'all doing? Weird lady. Okay. But that's how, that's what I like doing for Halloween. I like giving out candy and bothering kids and their parents.
Okay.
And laughing at, the costumes be cute to me. Some people think it's demonic, though, and they don't want to celebrate it at all.
You dressing up?
I mean, I'll I have a little mask or a cape or something. Not a whole costume, but just enough to be like, "Wah, ha, 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 ha."
Got you. Okay. I'm probably not gonna dress up. I'm trying to avoid the candy and the sugars right now. I'm probably not gonna go out. But what I am gonna do is what I've been doing this whole week. I'm gonna celebrate with the ancestors, man. I'm gonna tap in with the whole
Dia
Day
de
of
los
the Dead,
Muertos, Dia de los Muertos. the
whole
Day
Dia
of
de
the
los
Dead.
Muertos vibes, and I'm gonna bring the ancestors, music around. That's what I've been on heavy. So my D'Angelo's been feeling good, Bob Marley, your Michael Jackson, your Nipsey Hussles feel good. So yeah, I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna have a little party by
Rest in
myself with
peace,
my music.
Pac. Yes.
Tupac, exactly, yeah.
I think I celebrate the ancestors every day, but I understand what you're saying. That's one way to go. And I think there is an aspect of people. I know that it comes out of pagan traditions or whatever, and I don't care because that's not connected to anything in my life, right? I understand people. I respect you. If you don't want to celebrate, I get it. I don't like the commercialization of everything, where every month is another reason why we have to spend all our money. That's the part I don't like. But I like being festive. Anything that makes people smile and have fun and be neighborly and interact with each other and get off of the doom and gloom, I'm here for that. And so that's why, I don't trip on Halloween. Some actors and actresses say it's amateur day because all the people that use it as an excuse to show their butts and, wear skimpy outfits and run around and act up. That's not part of my reality, but if it makes you happy, enjoy.
Hope everybody, if you do go out though, stay safe, stay vigilant, keep your eyes open. Like I said, not to get back on the doom and gloom, but definitely, watch out, be safe, and enjoy yourself this season. But yeah,
I'm expecting some sinners costumes.
Hope so. Hope so. I saw some young Caucasians on Instagram with their sinners outfits. So,
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, and I, look, I'm not a big believer in candy, but I'm not one of those people that's going to give out apples or pencils or something. Kids come for candy. You give them candy. It's one night. Give them the doggone candy. I don't know. All this overthinking everything, I'm trying to get away from that. We need to have a little fun around here. And for people who are freaked out by Dia de los Muertos, the Day of the Dead, is really nothing other than honoring the ancestors. That's the Latin American tradition. Every nation in this world has a tradition of honoring ancestors, except for us, because it was taken from us as part of our enslavement. Our tradition of honoring the ancestors was prohibited by our enslavement. Think about that. You go to the nail salon, they got a lot of little candles and some fruit. That's for their ancestors. You got coat of arms if you go to Ireland or England, right? They got Dia de los Muertos throughout Latin America. Everybody honors their ancestors, their family lineage, except for us. But we're taking that back. And we don't have to be scared of it. It's demonic if you're demonic.
On demon time.
Yeah, we're not on demon time. I'm not on demon time. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus. Don't kill me. Woo! 800-920-1580. Willie Ellis said, like the movie Coco. I love that movie. It was so sweet to me. They live as long as you say their names. It said they live as long as you say their names. It was a sweet movie. Oh, Dr. Kweku's in the chat saying, honor the ancestors. Ashe to that. Perfect time to call me, 800-920-1580. I'm Dominique DePrima for KBLA Talk 1580.
A safe place to go loud. A great place for progressive politics. KBLA Talk 1580.
California, this is your moment. The special election is November 4th, and your vote helps decide your future, your community, and your state. Drop your ballot at a secure drop box. Visit an early vote center or mail it. Your participation powers democracy. Every ballot makes a difference. Tell a friend to do the same. Sign up at where'smyballot.sos.ca.gov to track your ballot. Make your voice count. Don't delay. Vote today. A message from the California Secretary of State.
Our communities have been through too much to let our voices be erased now. Prop 50 is how we push back against the rigged maps, the rising costs, and the attacks on our health care and our rights. I'm Senator Lola Smallwood Cuevas. Join me in voting yes on Prop 50 because we deserve to choose who speaks for us. Ad paid for by California for All of Us, supporting Prop 50. McKenna Ballot Measure Committee. Ad Committee's top funder. Faith votes yes on 50. Sponsored by LA Voice Action and Progressive Era Issues Committee, supporting yes on 50.
Lena Bloom for the Bail Project. Imagine you're stuck in a jail cell and you can't afford bail and someone offers you a way out. Just plead guilty and you can go home and kiss your kids goodnight. What do? What thousands have. You plead guilty whether you are or not. Cash bail makes poverty a crime. That's why the Bail Project helps those who can't afford it while fighting to end cash bail. Because freedom should be free.
Brought to you by the Ad Council.
We're not for everybody, but we're for everybody. You're listening to KBLA Talk 1580.
We are for everybody, and by everybody we mean you. 800-920-1580, that's the number, 800-920-1580. You won't see Miles in a costume. You will see him drinking water. I did, sometimes I show up in here on YouTube with my crown or my fangs or something, just to be fun, just to be silly.
That's because you're a queen, Dominique, of course.
Oh, thank you. See, Money B says it, now everybody believes it.
Look, even got you believe. Come on now. That's how quantum physics works, Dominique.
So water is delicious. Right, got it. JW from LA, good morning.
Hey, good morning. I wanted to reference when you made the issue about you said that there was some progress made in terms of that decision. I agree with you, too. Now I want to switch to highway and then water, but first I'm going to go to the vegetables. Now, what I would do, I would eat like broccoli and cauliflower raw and salad.
Okay.
Because you make the recipe, you don't like your vegetables, so if you
No, I like them. I like them. It's just when I'm intermittent fasting, I'm only eating for 6 hours. I'm like, what will fill me up? And I don't know. Sometimes I love vegetables. Yeah.
Okay. I heard you made that reference point, so maybe I misunderstood. But
yeah.
I heard you mention the fact about how you eat a certain time frame, you have enough time to digest the food and all that. But I just want to make that suggestion as well, if you allow me to get one more in. With your water intake, I use this flavor. It's like a fruit fruit flavor, and it's I forgot what type of sweeteners involved in it, but I pour that in there like grape.
Okay, a little flavor in your water. Yeah, some hardcore workout folks say you're supposed to just drink water as water for the body to properly absorb it. But I say you got to do what you got to do. If that's what it takes, put your cucumbers in there, your lemon, whatever. That's what you got to do. It's better that than to be dehydrated. So yeah, and look, you can never have enough cruciferous vegetables. The broccoli, the cauliflower, those are the ones that stave off cancer. Broccoli is full of protein. Broccoli and asparagus, 2 sources of protein. We think it's only burgers and chicken. No, broccoli, beans, asparagus. There's protein in everything. It's just how much. Well, in mostly everything. So yeah, good advice, JW. I appreciate that. Let's go to Ron calling from Richmond. Good morning.
Good morning, Dominique. How are you?
I'm blessed. What's on your mind?
Yep, I'm blessed too. Thankful to be here another day. And I totally agree with Miles. You are a queen, Dominique.
Thank you.
Always holding it down. Yep, much love. Yeah, I agree with what you were saying about, saying good morning. I try my best to do that, when I be out and about walking down the block and stuff. I try to say good morning. What's up to folks? Just being courteous. Ain't nothing wrong with saying good morning to people. So, if you're out and about, just say good morning. That's all.
Did you see, Ron, you probably have because you see everything. Did you see that challenge that was going
Not everything.
You see that challenge that was going around on social media where black men were calling their their friends, other black men, and saying, I just called to say goodnight.
No,
Oh,
I
it
didn't
was
see
so
that.
hilarious because the brothers would be like, "You all right, man?" Like,
Wow.
you know, like
No, I didn't see
they would
that.
call and they'd be like, "Yeah, you know, I'm just about to go to sleep, and I just wanted to say goodnight, bro." And the
I
brothers
bet
would
that was hilarious.
they either start laughing or they'd be like, okay, everything okay over there?" Like, because we're just
Wow.
you can tell we're not used to that, right? And of course, that was an
Yeah.
extreme. A brother telling another brother, and like, you know, they reacted to it like, "Was that gay? Like, what is happening right now?"
Yeah, yeah.
Or what? Or
Wow.
is he suicidal? Why is he calling me to say goodnight? This is weird. But I think that's just an extreme example of what we're talking about. We have to normalize in real life personal communication again.
Yeah, exactly. That's what's up. Yeah, I just try to be courteous, man. Be cool, you know, when I be out and about. You know, if I walk, you know, walking down the block, you know, I say what's up, you know, a little head nod. You know how we do up here in the Bay Down. I try. It don't work all the time, but I try to be, you know, I try to be nice to people. Period. You know what I mean? It's just what I do. So. Oh yeah, I was listening to your show Monday, and you had your boy on there. He said he had gave a shout out to Toronto. You said you're not from Canada, dude. I was sitting there cracking up. I said, man, you giving a shout out to you in L.A. giving a shout out to Toronto. Like, bro, you better be careful.
Yeah, that's haterish.
Better be careful of that, man.
But yeah. So I forgot what you said. You're a Giants guy, so you can't root for the Dodgers.
Oh no, I'm my baseball team left. Yeah, shout out to the A's. That was my
you're
team. That's
you're
my team.
A's fan. Okay.
Yeah, I'm an A. Yeah, my late brother James. Yeah, God bless his soul. Yeah, him and my late dad. Those two right there were diehard Giants fans.
Okay.
And my mom. Yeah.
Well, you know, that
Yeah,
was
my-
James Farr you talking about shouting out Toronto. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, my team.
I hope
I would
that
have a
LA
baseball
can
team
come
right
back.
now.
I mean, look, I'm not really a baseball person, but I'm an LA person. So, you know,
Yeah.
I want the Dodgers to win, and I guess it's tied right now, right, Miles?
We down 3-2.
No.
Oh, we're down?
3-2.
Oh, shoot.
Got to win the rest of the games, or it's a wrap.
We have to win every game.
Only two
Yep.
more.
Two more.
It ain't over till it's over.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
There it is.
Okay.
So
Why did I think it was 2-2?
So game 6. I'm sorry. So game 6 is tonight, right, in L.A. and then they
Friday
come
in
back, but
Toronto.
they stand Friday. Oh, okay, I got you, Miles. Right on.
So we got to win on the road
On the road, then come back to LA for game 7.
in the cold.
Yeah, come back. Oh, okay. Yeah, they come back to L.A. for
No,
game 7. Yeah,
no
you're right.
excuses. You know, we got to do what we got to do.
There it is. Well, thank you, Dad, for taking my call. You know, I always appreciate you, love what you're doing. Keep up the good work. Big ups to Miles. Shout out to Tavis, the whole KBLA family. Y'all keep up the good work, and happy Halloween weekend, everything. And y'all take care and be safe out there.
Yeah, thank you. Same to you. Same to you. Looking forward to talking with union organizer and activist Chris Smalls next hour. And as usual, you can do what Ron did and call 800-920-1580. Right now it's time for news, traffic, and sports, and then more conversation. You know where you're at. Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. A jury has found former Illinois Deputy Sean Grayson guilty of second-degree murder in the death of Sonya Massey. Massey was shot after calling 911. Activist Teresa Haley reacted to the verdict outside of the courtroom.
Second-degree murder? That is not right. That is not justice for anybody's family.
Grayson claimed self-defense. He faces up to 20 years or probation. In Uxbridge, Massachusetts, Select Board Chair Brian Butler is apologizing after sharing an AI video depicting Barack